no one eats at Long John Silver's, or so people say, and the chain will die off. Well, maybe not, but the chain isn't like it once was in the 70s when it had over 1,000 restaurants and became an international brand in the 80s. The restaurant has suffered some incredibly bad spells, one of which is a drug-related conspiracy. Will Long John Silver's survive this onslaught of negativity? These Redditors are out of control, and they can weave a mean tale that everyone just runs with. For Long John Silver's, a Redditor wrote that the restaurant, which specialized in seafood, was allegedly a front for an illegal marijuana business. We know. What in the capital letter F? So check this out. According to the Redditor, an American Southern gangster, Johnny Robert Boone, ran the criminal organization, the Cornbread Mafia. The alleged organization was a gang of moonshiners, and they decided to get into the marijuana business in the 60s. The gang allegedly sold weed across states in the American South. With their business successful, the gang decided to find a way to wash their money. So they approached the owner of Long John Silver's, who allegedly decided to help the gang. Allegedly, as a result, business boomed for the restaurant and for the organization too, as they expanded operations nationwide. The Redditor claimed the chain had to also expand so it could continue to serve as a cover for the gang. However, things soon went wrong. Allegedly, the authorities arrested Johnny Boone, which according to the Redditor had some negative repercussions for the company. The Redditor claimed it was this arrest that led to the downfall of the restaurant's parent company. According to the Redditor, all that they wrote was true because no one ate at the chain and it was unpopular. So how could a chain so unpopular expand to different states in the country? This is quite an unbelievable tale. So how come people believe it? Well, this could be the company's fault, considering the business promoted falsehood about itself. Well, not falsehood per se, but you'll see what I mean. And if you like to learn about the history of your favorite eateries, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. The restaurant hid its history. According to the website, the business began in 1969 when Jim Patterson returned from a vacation on the coast where he'd experienced a truly exceptional fish and chips meal. The chain's website then wrote that it was after the meal that Patterson decided to bring this unique seafood experience from the coast to the rest of America so they can enjoy it too. The website didn't mention names like Warren W. Rosenthal, Jerome Lederer, and Jericho Inc., and the true events that led to the creation of the chain. Long John Silver's wasn't always a seafood joint. In 1929, when Jerome Lederer founded the business that would become Long John Silver's, he did what everyone else was doing. He created a simple hamburger stand and named it White Tavern Shop. His stand, which was in Shelbyville, Kentucky, could seat 6 people. Despite founding the burger stand at the beginning of the Great Depression when businesses were closing down due to the economy, Lederer's stand saw profit. The founder expanded his business, opening 13 stores during the Great Depression. However, it looked like everything conspired against Lederer and wanted him to fail. Sadly, he did fail. Despite making things work during the Depression, the Second World War came, and it destroyed what Lederer built. Things were so bad that the man closed 10 of his stores because he couldn't get supplies and also employ people for those stores. However, Lederer wasn't one to give up. He had the taste of doing the impossible and was confident he could most definitely turn things around. Determined, the man set to work. He created Jericho Inc., a restaurant group, in 1946. Then he founded Jerry's Five and Dime in Lexington, Kentucky. The chain soon expanded to numerous locations, and Lederer brought in Warren W. Rosenthal to help with managing the company. Then it happened. Jerome Lederer died. However, his death didn't affect the company's operations, as part of why he brought in Rosenthal was to take over if something happened to him. Such a visionary. Rosenthal saw things differently from his predecessor. He wanted to take the Jerry's restaurant in an unsaturated direction. Under his direction, Jericho's Restaurant Holdings tried different menu ideas. The restaurants tried Spanish food, then also roast beef, but nothing stuck yet. This remained so until Rosenthal partnered with James Patterson, a franchise owner of one of Jerry's restaurants. After some research, the two men decided that they should begin to sell seafood. Their study showed the market had too many hamburgers, but too few fish and chips. So they filled in the gap, and ahoy, they opened Long John Silver's Fish and Chips in 1969. The restaurant was a success. and it soon expanded across America in the 70s with over 1,000 locations opening. The chain also opened in Singapore in 1983 and in other countries too. So what was the Reddit person saying? To say that the restaurant isn't popular was extreme. Kids loved the place. They especially loved the Crispies. However, not many people knew they were supposed to eat those Crispies at the restaurant served them with the main dish. They were the chain's unofficial side dish, which is free. You could describe these Crispies as a secret menu item. However, it's easy to toss them away as they look like crumbs, and they are crumbs. Crumbs or not, folks love the stuff. Jim Varell, a paste writer, was surprised by the amount a kid was eating. That's how popular they are with the kids. The Crispies aren't the only popular items on the restaurant's menu. There's one item that customers love and eat more seasonally: fish. That's the menu item that customers can't get enough of. We know that would be the most obvious menu item considering the restaurant is a seafood-themed one. However, when it was Lent, the love for the chain's fish was entirely on another level. The company specifically prepares for and targets this period. Around 1.2 billion Catholics worldwide observe Lent, which goes on for 40 days. It begins with Ash Wednesday and ends with Easter. During the period, the adherents don't eat meat on Ash Wednesday and all of Fridays during the 40 days of Lent. During this period, the demand for Long John Silver's goes through the roof. When Lent comes around, the business knows it will make a lot of money, so it offers special coupons to Catholic churches to help attract patronage. And this works. Well, Long John Silver's knows how to reel in customers. But more of this later. In 2017, the business sold over 2 million pounds of seafood. That same year, the chain had an 84% increase in seafood on every Friday during the season. It also had a 130% increase on 2017's Ash Wednesday. You know how we said the chain knows how to reel in customers? Check this out. The chain did a promo called Talk Like a Pirate Day, where customers talk like a pirate to stand the chance of winning free food. If customers went the extra mile of dressing as pirates, that increased their chances of winning a free fish and fry. The best thing about this promo? The proceeds the chain made were donated to the American Cancer Society. Looks like Long John Silver's was trying to make up for the time the Center for Science and the Public Interest named one of its menu offerings as the worst restaurant meal in America. At that time, the chain mostly deep-fried its meals, which meant they weren't poster food for healthiness. However, this particular meal, the Big Catch, was on another level of unhealthy. The meal, which was deep-fried fish fillet, fries or onion rings, and hush puppies, had 1,320 calories. It wasn't the food item with the highest calorie count in America, but its sodium and trans fat levels were out of this world. The food item had 3,700 milligrams of sodium and 33 grams of trans fat. No wonder The Onion described the food as an abomination from the deep. The company began to work on making its meals healthier, and in 2014, it revealed it had removed trans fats from its menu. In 2015, the business's CEO, James O'Reilly, announced the chain would invest in marketing. O'Reilly intended to use the marketing to remove the bad press the company had suffered due to the unhealthy meal saga. The man even promised that the chain would have grilled options on the menu. The CEO was keen on maintaining the chain's stores at the time, which were around 1,132. This move was because O'Reilly couldn't afford the brand to lose more locations. The chain had had some brushes with failure in the past, with Jericho, the chain's former parent company, filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June 1998. Then there were the lawsuits, one of which accused the chain of being fraudulent and the other alleging that it stole another business's intellectual property. A&W bought the business in 1999 and saved it from bankruptcy. Tricon, now Yum Brands, Inc., then bought it in 2002. Yum tried to make things work by co-branding the chain along with its other restaurant interests like KFC or Taco Bell in some places. While this worked at first, by 2010, Yum was looking to sell when the business's sales slipped. But before the sale, Treasure Isle Inc., a franchise owner, sued Yum for being negligent about the restaurants it operates. Eventually, Yum announced it would be selling Long John Silver's to LJS Partners, which is made up of a group made up of franchises and other private investors. Long John Silver's is a story of resilience, because if it wasn't, all of the negativity would have buried it. The business has gone through different lawsuits and a conspiracy theory, but still it stands. The chain has gone through different hands before LJS eventually purchased it in 2011. Since the purchase, the business has now been able to acquire 76 franchised restaurants from one of its operators. Will LJS turn the business around, or will it spiral into nothingness? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.